Now, let's bring you this story. The highly anticipated KwaZulu-Natal ANC's provincial elective conference is set to kick off this weekend. Several provincial leaders are set to contest the position of chair that is currently held by the Premier, Sihle Zikalale, who is also seeking re-election. Today, the party is holding a provincial executive committee meeting in Durban ahead of this elective conference at the weekend. My colleague, senior reporter Siphamandla Goge, is joining us now from Mayville in Tegwini at the venue of this conference. Good afternoon, Ngome. And is it all systems goes? I see that there's some NEC members there as well, if my eyes serve me right.
Indeed, that is correct. There are NEC members here, Lindy Sisulu and Nokawe Mafu. These are NEC members of the ANC deployed to KwaZulu-Natal. Nokawe Mafu is the convener of all ANC NEC members deployed to KwaZulu-Natal. They are in conversation with the provincial treasurer, Nomusa Dube, who is said, by the way, to be one of the possible contenders for the position of the provincial chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. As we see the chairperson of the ANC in Moses Mabhida region, that is Mzithe Bola, who is the mayor of Umsunduzu. There is Mr. Begimtolo, who is tipped to contest for the position of the provincial secretary. Mr. Sboniso Duma also is tipped. Hey, Baba Kunjan, we are contest. I see also the speaker, Nontembe Boys here, is also part of those who are joining this NEC. Ntumseni Ntuli is the provincial secretary. I've just spotted him before going inside. No Pala Kunjan, is it all systems go for this weekend's provincial conference of the ANC? But talk to us about this PEC meeting. I understand that it will receive two reports, the organizational report and the financial report, and talk about the logistics. Is that the case?
That's the case. We are having a special meeting just to get the reports adopted, particularly the organizational report of the provincial secretary as well as the financial report. And of course, the PEC will also be interested to know the extent to which we are ready for, in terms of the logistics, the registration, and whether or not are we having any major challenges around which must be resolved through the dispute processes. From where I am, I'm quite excited because I think there's only one, if not two, branches that needs to be sorted out. Other than that, we just went through all the reports with the regions, and they are very happy about the final report, which will be signed by the acting Secretary General.
Yesterday, boxes containing nominations from the branch general meetings were opened. How did that play out? Who has been nominated for which positions? Are you able to give it to us? I know it's too many, 700 branches, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. I mean, look what was happening yesterday is that the elections agent, together with the electoral committee, were essentially separating the nomination forms for leadership from the delegates forms, because the delegate forms needed to be given to the registration team that is at this moment all over the province to do pre-registration. So we will know, I think on Friday at the conference, in terms of who got sufficient nomination for which position, and that will be put before the conference on Friday.
When is the conference being opened? When is it kicking off? Is it on Friday or Saturday? Who's going to open it? Who's going to close it?
The conference is starting on Friday. We are hoping to start as early as 10 o'clock. And the opening address will be done by the acting Secretary General, our Treasurer General, Comrade Paul Mashatile. We would get a confirmation for Sunday whether we are having another leader of our movement, the President or any of our leaders, coming in to give a message at the end of the conference. But at this stage, we're quite certain that the teacher is coming to open the conference.
Too many candidates, more than 5 people vying for the provincial chair position. That's a lot. What does it mean for the ANC? Some people are saying the interpretation is that it's just free for all for now. People see that, well, they can vie for this position because they do not believe in the current leadership, which you are part of, the collective.
Well, you see, we will have to distinguish between what has been punted in the social media and the mainstream media, with what is actually obtaining within the structures of the ANC. And the only time we can be able to say who exactly has been considered and nominated by branches of the ANC is when the conference commences on Friday. So at this stage, this thing about many names for this and that is really what I mean, people decide to take up to social media and the mainstream media. It can't really be a confirmation and an expression of what is actually obtaining on the ground.
Which position will you be contesting for if you are nominated?
Well, if I'm nominated, I'm currently serving as a provincial secretary of the ANC. And I do think that if I do receive a nomination for the same position, it will not be difficult for me to accept it.
Thank you very much for time. Can we walk with you inside? Your meeting has not started. We just want to see NEC members and PEC members that are here. As Bonga Mkhize will walk in front of us to try and show you the picture of the PEC members and NEC members who are here attending this. This is the last PEC meeting of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal ahead of that provincial conference which will take place over the weekend. So this is the venue where the PEC meeting will be convened. These are PEC and NEC members of the ANC. The meeting has not started yet, but this will be the setup and the layout as we see the provincial chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal has arrived. We also see here other members of the PEC. They include the provincial treasurer, there is Siphamandla Goge, who is the deputy provincial secretary. There is also there is Siphamandla Goge, the deputy provincial secretary. Dumseni Ntuli, the provincial secretary. On this other side, on my right, Bonga Mkhize will show you here the other PEC members. As we see there, Mr. Pegi Mtolo, who is in conversation with Mamu Peki Nkonyeni. Mamu Peki Nkonyeni is also an SACP member, PEC member. Pegi Mtolo is touted to contest for the position of the provincial secretary. Nontembeko Boyce, who is the speaker of the provincial legislature, is also touted to contest for the position of the deputy provincial secretary. This man over here, Siboniso Duma, is said to be contesting for the position of the provincial chairperson. He doesn't want to give media interviews at this stage, but over there is Mr. Super Zuma, the provincial secretary, who is also touted to be wanting to make a comeback. He is in conversation with Bongistole Mloyi, who is a member of the PEC, as we will vacate now as the meeting is about to start.
There's Siphamandla Goge inside the venue. Is the meeting about to kick off any time now, Siphamandla, as we conclude very briefly?
Yes, indeed, that is correct. As I'm moving out now, Sihle Zikalala, the provincial chairperson, is asking all PEC members to settle down so that the meeting can start. Some of them are still busy. On my left, they are registering and declaring their cell phones, leaving their belongings because they don't need to go inside with their cell phones. I see Jabulo Nzuza, who is a PEC member from KwaZulu-Natal. Our viewers know him as the Deputy Minister of Home Affairs. He is not here in that capacity. He is here as the PEC member of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. So they are just concluding just minor logistics of declaring their cell phones here, taking the program and going inside to start the meeting of the ANC Provincial Executive Committee meeting in KwaZulu-Natal. Tlhakani Pontombela is the spokesperson of the ANC in KZN, signaling that it's about to kick off now.
Okay, thank you very much, Siphamandla Goge, for that update. We'll leave it there and we'll find out later on how that Provincial Executive Committee meeting of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal would be going. And they are preparing for the elective conference this weekend in Durban.